What's up, guys? Got some rain and hail today, so I'm gonna do a video on my past game and my current game. A video of that, not of me originally playing, and then I'm gonna share with you why I watch certain players for my game as opposed to the current players. So there's always been a saying in the NBA with professional basketball players and basketball in general, which is if you take the same person with the same skill set, that's let's say 5'10", and take that same person has the same type of skills and they're 6'6", probably a 6'6" person is naturally going to be better. In tennis, it's the same way because the same technique, same skills, they're going to be able to hit the ball a little bit bigger because of their body, right? They naturally have more weight, more length on their arm, which is going to give them a heavier rally ball. So now, if you look at all the current players, 90% of them have some type of physical attribute, freak athleticism or freak height. And you're looking at players now, the average is 6'1", 6'6", something crazy, right? So me being shorter, I got to look at some legends of the game and figure out how I can win with my current attributes as the game becomes more and more explosive, right? So that's why I look at someone that was very skilled in the game but doesn't have a lot of firepower, and that person is John McEnroe. So here you see in the beginning, this is my technique in high school. So I started with a full Western grip with it down low, and you're going to see how that comes back, okay? But my stroke it's all right. It's nice and clean, it's smooth, but you can tell I really didn't understand how my body was working, my legs and my hips and my upper body, because now we move on to after I blew out my wrist. I thought I didn't need a coach, so I went on and I did this. I went back and I did my own thing training, and you see how I cut the ball late. Now when I went with my full Western, because my coach would just say three things: move, he would say rack it up, and he would do this for the follow through. So this is me after my wrist injury, and that's what I played college with. And I told players, put up this shot here. I played a guy from Air Force, 12 UTR, lost 6'3", 6'3". Also beat a number 9 when I played at the number 5 slot against Weber State. And so I'm guessing I'm somewhere around a high 8 when I was playing college. And that's without any type of, awesome technique. That was just with me learning how to fight. So technique is an end all and be all. But back to this. So, and then here's my current game. You've probably seen this footage already. So I'm able to do a lot more, hit flatter. I can hit spin, I can do whatever, but you can tell I understand the body and how it works, so I was able to fix my stroke. And that's why I teach more of the classic game. I think it's easier to understand, and I think it's easier to get those basics and fundamentals, which again is why I study John McEnroe, because John McEnroe I think is one of the most skilled tennis players of all time. He doesn't have a lot of firepower, and then he went through the era. So I can look at him in his current era. I can look at him when he was playing Agassi and Courier, and Agassi and Courier competed with the current players, right? So Agassi played Federer and got a set off him, was taking him pretty strong in the US Open. So all these eras could compete with each other. So if that means that McEnroe can compete with these guys that overpowered him at that high of a level, that means I can take my current game, learn from him, and use it, and it's going to work at 4.550 level, right, at the club level. And most players, I think 80% of the world, they said, was 3.5 and below. So what I take from McEnroe is, one is his serve. I think his top serve peaked at like 117 or something, but he's beating legends. When you look at him on the retirement tour, when he played other retired pros, he was still beating these pros that were 15, 20 years younger than him. One is he did have great movement, and I'm a great mover, so I can use that, right? When he played against more firepower players in the late 90s, or sorry, early 90s, 91, 92, he ran a lot more and used his speed until he could flip the script with the short balls and come into the net. And with the serve, though, is placement in the sky. So, I realized more than a kick serve, which is what I did in college, I need a slice and need to be able to place it in different spots. So instead of looking at these current players of the game that have this explosiveness that's unbelievable, on top of the timing, and they're generally big, strong players, figure out, all right, who do I play like that doesn't have you know, two biggest shots, and how can I take what they're doing and incorporate that into my game to win at my current level, right? So that's my advice to you guys, and that's what I did to improve my game. And you can see, that's why I want to show you guys the footage. You can see how it improved as I went in from a player to a coach. Till next time, guys.